enthusiastic. Seeking to supplement the attack, Chris Hughton. Archibald, clever little back flick from him. As it keeps the move going. On the score!
If he comes round here, I've got more beer in the sideboard here. Let mama sort it out if he comes round here.
Well, I don't think that's the main motivation. I think the bigger motivation is that having done well in this Barclays Premier League last season and achieved a Champions League position, that they'll want to do the same again. But there are extras on top of this game. You know, Arsenal, for the obvious reasons, need to get a result. But if I look at Tottenham's running, it's a tough running, with in particular 3 difficult away games. And that being the case, I think it's essential that they get something from the game. And of course, I think most people would probably look at it and look at their running and Man City's and think that they probably need to win. They certainly would have been buoyed by the fact that they have got good results against Arsenal in recent seasons. So I certainly don't think there'll be a lack of confidence there. I think the results against a lot of the big teams, particularly the Champions League game. So I don't think there'll be that fear. But there is, of course, a lot of riding on the game. No, because I think the club were very much in a false position. I suppose if you looked at the progress of the club at the higher end of the table, Martin Jol had done a fabulous job there, and the club had achieved 2 fifth-place finishes, then of course there was a difficult time, and I think we do remember that. I think when Harry took over, that Tottenham were in that bottom 3. So I think it was very much a false position, but you still have to produce, and you still have to get the team out of that position. And the team were in that position for a particular reason. There was a lack of confidence, of course, in the team, and you've got to instill that back in there. And Harry has done that with abundance. It's a particular quality of his, and he's managed to sustain that. I think that's always going to be difficult. Apart from the fact that the likes of Manchester United and Chelsea and Arsenal are so used to being there and have done it, over so many seasons now. I'm quite sure that if Arsenal haven't won it this season, that they'll be putting plans into action to put in another great challenge next season. Chelsea, after their season, I'm sure that Torres, who hasn't had the best of times, will come good next year. And again, they will be putting a lot of work into to sustain another challenge next season. Probably the one out of all of them I would pick would be Michael Dawson, who's had a fairly long period at the club now, and it hasn't always gone his way, but I think he's, by the way that he conducts himself as an individual, looks after himself very much as a professional. He's in a position where Tottenham have had quite a few central defenders, people like Ledley that have been outstanding, have had difficulties with injuries and so. But Michael seems to have gone through all of that and probably playing, I think, as well this season as what he has done at any other stage. So it's probably a difficult question because there have been so many. But Michael Dawson is certainly one that stands out. If you're looking in the position he plays with 2 outstanding players in Rio and of course John Terry, it's always difficult. But you've always got to have objectives in life, and I know in Michael's progress he's always had that, and I think very much to be in the frame is I think that all he can ask for, and he probably couldn't have done any more, certainly this season. The campaign that Barclays have set up, where they will give supporters through Barclays ticket office the opportunity to watch Barclays Premier League games. There are 40 that have gained the opportunity to go to Tottenham Arsenal on Wednesday night, and I think we all know how difficult it is to get tickets for these big games, and every 90 minutes there are fans and supporters that get opportunities to go to other Barclays Premier League games.
Drive them to the edge of that Chelsea area. Crooks, maybe another one here. Oh, what a save from Steve Francis. Chris Hughton cannot believe it, I don't think. The ball arrowing into the top of the Chelsea net until Francis stretched.